Welcome to this week's episode of the We'll Make a Fan Out of You podcast. This is the podcast where we talk about the wrestling world with our aim to make you a fan of us while we talk about the greatest entertainment on the planet. I'm Aaron Newsome, and here's Nitesh T-Dog Sharma.
Bonjour.
It's a bit of a family affair today as well.
It is. But before we do that, shall I go through the socials?
Oh, go on then.
Thank you. Right, well, thank you everyone for coming in and listening to us on this week's episode of the We'll Make a Fan Out of You podcast. You'll be able to find us on wherever you get your podcasts on. That's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, RSS, anywhere that you get your podcasts from. And if you do want to see our beautiful faces, come and join us on YouTube and watch the podcast on there on We'll Make a Fan Out of You. You can also find us on X, Instagram, and TikTok. We're on @MakeAFanOfYou, and we are also on Twitch now, doing Make a Fan of Wednesdays. This week was a bit of a fun one, wasn't it? We did AEW Fight Forever.
I watched about
absolutely wild.
I watched for 5 minutes. It looked fun, but then I had to turn it off. It was busy.
Yeah, it was fun for me, anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, drop us a follow. We do love your feedback. Engage with us. Comment on this video. See what you want us to react to. Today's a bit of a special one, like Aaron said, a bit of a family affair. We are the bloodline after all, and I'm going to leave you in the capable hands of Aaron, and he'll do the introduction.
So this is our mate. No, very special guests. Here's RJ. We're doing that for obvious reasons.
Good old RJ.
Good old RJ.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me, lads. Thank you for having me.
So
yeah, this is my cousin. He's one of the main reasons why I am a wrestling fan. Obviously, we all grew up watching wrestling together, or whenever we go over to each other's houses, we'd always have a wrestling game or anything wrestling on, or even wrestle each other.
We wrestled each other, brother. Let's get real. The best thing about when we were younger being wrestling fans, the games were there, yes, one thing too, but it was more about just battering each other and having fun battering each other.
Yeah,
you know?
It was fun. One memory I have was when you speared our uncle through glass door, and he had,
he saved me that.
So,
He's definitely saved me that day. I remember thinking to myself, "You could do this move, right? Yeah, you have to stop at some certain point. Yeah, stopping at a certain point is a glass door, and he got his back smashed up. But I got lucky because he tucked me in where my face wasn't going to be smashing the glass. So I was a lucky boy that day, let's say.
Yeah, it was. I remember also in our garage, we used to have all the cardboard boxes and we'd use them as tables.
Oh,
and that was just so much fun.
Yeah, brother. Yeah, man. You see each other right away, you say, hello, how are you? Right, where are we wrestling? Are we? No.
What room have we got for wrestling?
Where is the occupation of our ring? Because it had to go down, man.
Yeah.
Where were the tables?
Right.
Find them.
Tables, sofas, beds. Oh, no, God knows, man. For years.
The amount of beds we broke, Aaron. Oh, my God. Just choke salmon and like the old school beds where they had like the wooden panels and stuff on it.
Yeah.
So if that broke, you were fucked, basically. So we'd have to like switch the bed around and go, nothing happened.
All of a sudden, what they're upstairs making a lot of noise. They're turning beds around just be like, oh, nothing, don't worry. Everyone sleeps on one side anyway, right?
And this is our bloodline. We have the wise man, good old RJ.
Wise man.
He is a bit of a historian.
He is our historian, yeah. You are Sammy Us.
Yeah.
Aaron, the honorarius. What was I? Was I unfortunately Jimmy?
You're Jimmy or Jay, weren't you?
Well, we obviously agreeing, right? This is what I was thinking about ourselves, right? Like, who's going to be who? Because I'd have Jay and Jimmy be you, Jay, and then
yeah.
Solo is V. We all know it, hands down.
Yeah.
And then it comes down to whether who wants to be the Rock. It's either going to be Chef or it's going to be Star.
Yeah.
And it's like, right, I know one person doesn't want to be the Rock, but I'll be being honest. I'll probably give Chef as Roman. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chef as Roman.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah. That's our family tree.
That's the family tree.
We'll try and get a picture up. Yeah.
We'll get a t-shirt.
We'll get a t-shirt, going.
Yeah.
So, thank you for joining us on this episode.
Well, good,
this one was about King and Queen of the Ring.
Queen of the Ring.
Which,
that's it, man.
Yeah.
2024. We watched it yesterday.
We watched it yesterday at time of recording. I thought it was an alright PLE. I hate saying that word, but it was an alright PLE.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I thought it was quite good. It's not obviously that it's the second time they've had it there being Saudi Arabia, obviously. And I think it helps because when you think about the budget spent on those crowns, right? There's only one place they're going to be able to afford those crowns, and that's over there, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. It's just diamonds everywhere.
Diamonds.
And it seems to make sense, doesn't it, to be over there?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I agree. And Aaron, you said you really liked having that PLE in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, just to me, it makes a bit of sense. Like, you like Clash of the Castles in the UK because there's castles everywhere. And like King and Queen of the Ring just really suits the Saudi Arabia kind of atmosphere you get around the whole event. It's different to anything else when they go out over there, even to like Australia or France or whatever. I don't know why. It just always seems to be. Maybe it's because they always go to the same place. So it's
it's probably, to be honest, it's probably the seeing of gold and jewelry and riches. I think that's probably what it is, in my opinion. You hate to not put it out there, but like Saudi Arabia, riches, and it helps, man. If you are the king, you are the queen of your division. You are the top echelon of that category of the group. So, yeah, I think Saudi Arabia with them makes a lot of sense. It makes more than enough sense, to be fair, which is good they brought it back, obviously, because there was a massive hiatus. You think with the years of the hiatus without it.
Years without that. And even some of the ones that they've done in recent years haven't been great, really.
No, if I was to say to you, Baron Corbin was King of the Ring. When? Yeah.
Sheamus was the King of the Ring.
Sheamus was the King of the Ring, but at least Sheamus pulled on it a little bit.
Yeah. Sheamus had a good character around.
Yeah. Xavier Woods as well. He was a king.
Yeah, so Woods being the last one, obviously being the one there. If you know anything about Xavier Woods, he was pitching for this King of the Ring for yonks. I'm talking years. He's been asking for this back in. And it was cool to see him in it, and then it was even more amazing to see him actually win it.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Unfortunately, he beat one of my top wrestlers at the time doing it. But he beat Finn Balor. He didn't beat the Demon, but he beat Finn Balor.
He beat Finn Balor, yeah.
I'm trying to think, because he won it, and I remember the first few weeks, maybe first month afterwards, they really paid it really well. Yeah. But then it went off a cliff quite quickly.
Injuries, again, they had injuries. Yeah. The New Day, for the last 4 years, let's say 3 years, have had injuries in their camp, and it's annoying for them.
Yeah.
And from time to time, someone got hurt and someone got hurt. But again, it helps someone rise, right? Someone hurts, but someone rises. Someone hurts, someone rises. But they could have done more. But then again, the fact that Xavier Woods can be proud today to be like, well, I bought King of the Ring. I was helped bring King of the Ring back, and I was King of the Ring. And I was King of the Ring.
And I was King of the Ring. Yeah.
It's a nice touch for him.
Yeah.
So this year's one, how did we feel going up to it? I quite liked the coverage over the last few weeks of the King of the Ring and the Queen of the Ring. Like the whole bracket format worked, how they did it. It weren't too spread out.
Yeah, it was good. Having both Raw and SmackDown sides made the most sense, because it meant that you could have a genuine contenders from both sides of the shows.
Yeah. And it plays on that whole brand split, doesn't it? Yeah. Where you've got one person from Raw, one person from SmackDown, and they're battling head to head for it. Whether it's a male from the SmackDown roster winning it or a female as the Queen winning it from Raw, you then solidify both brands having a dominant female or a male sort of thing, or King and Queen.
Yeah.
So and I thought it was good.
I like the way that I wish it was announced at the beginning, but how they came out this week and were like, because there was rumours of it giving you a title shot, and they're like, you get your title shot at SummerSlam. I like that. Gives you time to build it. You've got another PLE in the middle, or two PLEs in the middle. You've got Clash of the Castle.
Oh, yeah, you've got Money in the Bank.
Yeah. It's funny, really.
Well.
Yeah, it's funny, really, because Triple H came out the day before and announced that the champion will get a title shot. Yeah, when Gunther announced he was going for King of the Ring, he went, "When I'm king, I'm going to pick who I'm going to the champion. I'm going to take him on." He announced it from the start. Whether he should have done that or shouldn't have done that, we don't know. But
we don't know.
But he wanted that chance to go, right, King of the Ring should have something for it, not just a crown.
Not just a crown, because that's you're gonna then go I go back to good old King Booker for it. King Booker, he made it work But then you've then got like Queen Selena or King Xavier or King Baron or whatever. It just didn't work. It didn't have that right feel. So get rid of that whole I'm the king and I'm the queen, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Have something for it and a title shot.
Yeah, absolutely. So before we get into it proper, shout out to Candice and Indy Hartwell getting on the kickoff show and taking on Bianca Belair and Jay Cargill.
Hair and muscles. Good old hair and muscles.
It was all right, to be fair. It weren't a bad match.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I did. I can't fault the match. Like you said, they had a really nice finish, which you were a bit disappointed in me when I was like, I'm sure I've seen that move in another promotion or...
You've seen every move in another promotion or in the indies.
Yeah.
But as long as it's executed well, and it was executed well.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, it was obviously you getting Cargill over there. And I mean, she was such a big name when she signed for WWE. It's been a while to get her into the ring, and then why not? She had to have a match. Always at the pay-per-view, in my opinion.
I agree.
She had to have a match there, so defend the titles. They got them for a reason, right? Might as well defend them when they can.
Yeah. And it was quite nice as well how they then, with that one on the kickoff as well as the show, there was 3 women's matches. Because when they first started over in Saudi Arabia, there was no women's matches.
Yeah,
so
it's
shout out to the women actually fighting for it.
That's the progress. I know there's a lot of bad blood and that, or bad feelings.
Yeah, they do have some reservations there. But you're right, Aaron. When you think about the first time, I remember they had a snippet of Sasha Banks as a promo, and WB getting trouble for that, just for a snippet as a promo, let alone them being in the building. And then, the match a year after, Natalya in there. I think it was Natalya.
It was Natalya and
Lacey Evans.
It was Lacey Evans.
It was Lacey because they were both obviously dressed dressed to the nines. And put Natalya there. Why? Because she's one of the best women wrestlers going. Let her do her stuff. And then the years after, last year's Rhea Ripley winning. And it's cool for them.
You had Bailey on the show and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It was good.
Talking about what they wear, Becky came out in like some kind of suit, like boiler suit thing for her match with Liv Morgan.
Yeah, it was so...
It
plays on the man.
I liked it.
It plays on the man, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you said, and then we go on X after the show, and it was like, it was Britney Spears versus Britney Spears.
Yeah. And there's like the screenshot of red. That has to have been meant because it's too.
I'm sure. There's like different eras of Britney Spears.
Yeah.
And then I had a note which was Liv Illuminati when she did a little
thing.
The hand.
Yes. Yeah. And then you freaked out at the return of the 8K again.
I really liked that 8K camera.
8K camera is
how
cool.
they do it there.
It's cool.
Yeah. I don't like how they did it in the pandemic era where they were walking towards you, but this one, it gives that big match feel, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And this match starts. So we've got Liv Morgan versus Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's World Championship. I'm surprised I got that right because you slapped me yesterday for getting that wrong.
You got it wrong.
I got it wrong yesterday when I was trying to explain it to our friends. The match actually started off quite hot, right? Like, from what you remember of it.
Yeah.
Becky Lynch had the advantage. Then Liv Morgan took control with a drop kick onto the ropes. And then you just get a back and forth of the match, which was like, I don't know what you thought of the match, Rohit.
Well, as long as there's no botches, you're never going to have a bad Becky Lynch match, generally. It doesn't happen. Yeah. She's very good and technical in the ring. She'll either punch you very well and make it look like she's smashing you in the face, or she will fly around the ring and you're just like, you're enjoying watching Becky Lynch matches. Liv is the only...
shout out to a missile drop kick.
Yeah. It's only a question where can Liv keep up the pace, basically. Can she keep up to her Becky's pace? Which, for me, in the match, she did very well.
I thought it was one of Liv Morgan's strongest matches.
It's a title match, right? You always have to ball out, right? You have to ball out if you're going for the title.
Yeah, that is true. Like, Liv Morgan had some cool looking moves, like that code breaker that she did from the rope.
Yeah.
I thought there was one little botch when Liv runs into the corner and then Becky tries to do her elbow, like a drop. It just didn't look cool. But then I think Liv turned it around and did a nice cool shotgun missile drop kick. There's a lot of drop kicks in this show.
Yeah, there was.
It's easy to build to, right? It's easy to build to a drop kick, whether it's from the top rope or just coming over. It's a quick little clap, really. You're happy about seeing it. You clap against it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. And then you got Liv Morgan trying the Oblivion for the first, well, not the first time, but trying the Oblivion because apparently no one's kicked out of the Oblivion, which I didn't know.
Yeah, I said it yesterday, didn't I? Yeah, I can't remember if I've seen that. I think it was...
it was on Chris Van Vliet.
Yeah, Liv had the interview with Chris Van Vliet, and they said it there, that obviously she's lost matches, but if she hits Oblivion and goes into a pin straight after, no one's kicked out of it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
No one's kicked out of the Oblivion, yeah.
Shout out for protecting the finisher.
Yeah.
What did you think of Liv Morgan's Shining Wizard, where Michael Cole called it a running kick?
You got so angry.
I did.
Brother, go on now.
I really like that move.
Come on now. We can't be having good goes at Cole for wrestling move matches. For years, it's been 20 years the man doesn't talk about moves correctly. We can't be sitting there and go at Cole.
I'm sorry, Maggle.
Sorry, Maggle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, I like this. I quite like the build-up as well towards it, just to bring it back to the beginning a bit, because I don't know what they would have done with Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, if Rhea Ripley weren't injured, but I don't think it would have been as good as what we'll get now.
Yeah.
I feel like this whole, taking on Becky, Liv beat Becky for the first time here for the belt.
It could have been something there with Rhea or Liv. It depends how they wanted Liv. Liv could have stole the title versus Rhea. At some point, Rhea Ripley is going to lose the title. It's just a case of whether she's beaten or, unfortunately, what happened with their injury. Someone was going to take the belt. Now, either you build someone for stronger, which is hard to do, in my opinion, or you have a cheap, quick win, and you just take a quick win and go. And Liv Morgan will perfectly.
Yeah, because she's not, no offense to Liv Morgan, but she's not Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
She isn't as good as Rhea Ripley. She's good, don't get me wrong, but it's not Rhea Ripley, is it? So.
Yeah. And the weird thing, I don't think it even happened, did it happen on SmackDown or was it a video afterwards? Dominic Mysterio randomly appears in Saudi Arabia to stop Liv Morgan winning. And of course, that leads to Liv Morgan winning.
You can't write it, can you? Yeah.
It's almost as good as when AJ flew all the way to Australia just to stop Liv. LA Knight
LA Knight with the chair. Yeah.
But it was the same chair. That chair's been FedEx from America to Australia to Saudi Arabia.
That chair's doing a world tour.
Yeah. I thought it was a really smart finish, though.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I thought it was a really smart finish. I think Liv deserved it,
and it's in keeping with Liv's character at the minute.
Stealing wins, just taking.
It keeps that story with Dominic going as well, which will be fun to see. And
I'd like to see what's going to go on with this, because it looks like Dominic was pissed off, but could it all be a ploy? Could it all be a show?
I think it won't be a ploy, but it will be leading to a whole, Dominic on Liv's side in the long run. I don't know what they'll do with Becky now, but Becky might now. Well, her contract's up in 2 weeks, apparently, if you believe.
Yeah, if you believe it all, she's no longer contracted soon, which is choice is hers, really.
It's up to her. I think she would have signed. Well, if Steph stays, Becky stays. I think.
I think it might be she's just not signing because she wants a break, and then it'll be a sign in 6 months, 12 months time. If that's the road they're going to go down. If not, I think they were waiting for after this match to go, surprise, new contract. Because it kept you thinking, didn't it, over, if she wins, but she's not signed a contract or what. If they announced last week, Becky signed a new contract, everyone would have been like, oh, great.
Becky's winning this match.
News. Yeah. Now you've had the match out of the way. You can do that in a different kind of light.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And talking about lights, hang on, I'm now going to go off on one, because I like the Saudi arena they're in, the Silver Dome, Superdome, whatever you want to call it. What the hell are those blue lights? I say this every time they're there.
Every time they're there.
I really
these
like
lights
the
are
screen.
so distracting.
Yeah.
They're so distracting.
Maybe if they were orange, our mate said that yesterday while watching. If the lights were orange, it might not be as bad. But those spotlight things that are just no, they distract me.
So do you know where they have the King of the Ring bit, Rohit? On the crowd at the hard cam?
Yeah.
And then you have those 4 or 5 blue lights off. Aaron, I don't know why he was just so distracted by it.
It all comes down to how the camera is angled so that people see what you're seeing, all right? But zoom out a bit more.
I like
zoom out.
I like the screen there. I think the screen really adds to it when it's there.
I think the screen worked really well. I know what you mean, though. The lights were a bit...
Once I pointed it out, you even got distracted by it. Which is great.
I did, yeah, because all I could see then was those lights And then, going into the next match then, weird tangent, Aaron, thank you.
That's right.
Good job we do a podcast, right?
Yeah.
We go to what we both predicted to be match of the night, and did it disappoint?
No.
Oh, how
great.
no. Oh,
This
how
was
no.
great.
Intercontinental Championship match, triple threat. Sami Zayn, hometown hero, versus Big Bronson Reed versus Chad Kurt Angle Gable.
They had the Perk Angle, didn't they? Perk Gable.
Yeah.
Perk Gable,
Perk
baby.
Gable.
Perk Gable.
Yeah.
At least he's...
What do you think of Gable's heel turn?
Yeah, man, it's going well, man. It's going well. It made the most sense. And before, on the kickoff show, you had Biggie come. They asked him the same question. It's like, what's happened to Angle? What's happened to Gable? Why is it? You're thinking, put a man 7 months ago and went, you're going to put an Olympian, and we're going to call him Shorty G, put him in just a tank top and a G and he's going to go out and get squashed by one.
Yeah.
But you're not supposed to be annoyed.
Yeah.
It's too right. How is he not supposed to be annoyed? And to the point where he's like, where's my time? Where is my time?
Yeah.
And it has to come at some point.
He deserves it,
Know what I mean?
right?
Yeah.
We're talking about an Olympic medalist here who's gone through the ranks of NXT, gone through the ranks of the main roster, and then just gone squished down for some reason. And yet, you see the moves he does, and it comes down to whether someone's characters or moves. You see the moves that Gable does, and you can't help but watch and think, holy shit, this man can suplex anyone, genuinely anyone.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And also, just like on his character side, he's done the funny, because I really enjoyed Alpha Academy. I thought it was great. That whole... It was starting to run its course, and that's why they split him a bit from the trio. But now, it's like this whole new angle with he's building himself up as a major heel, and Otis is getting so over with everybody, because when he finally does turn around and like breaks away from him, it's going to be such a pop.
Yeah, I like the whole, like, the you suck chants now.
Yes.
Yeah.
The fact it's very easy to sit there and go, oh, they're copying cut. What they do? Nothing wrong with that. We all
Nothing wrong with it.
We all enjoyed it back 20 years ago. Why can't we enjoy it now? Right?
Yeah, exactly. I also, big shout out to Chad Gable, who flew Maxine Dupree out, had her come out, and they go, nah, you're not welcome to go.
Not even just had her come out. Make her get in like the skin tight wrestling outfit.
Yeah.
And then, bring her out in the entrance and go, actually, no, I just need Otis.
That's brilliant.
That's it.
Yeah.
Great heel move. I like Big Bronson Reed as well. I think he's a great wrestler.
Yeah.
Big man.
I
think
moves
he's got
very
a bright
well.
future.
And I mean, he was good at NXT. They did cut him because of whatever NXT shortages going on. Man went to Japan as Jonah. Yeah, Jonah. And he was tearing up there as well. And everyone's like, what are WWE doing? Bring this guy back right now. He's going to be a star for you. He's going to be your next big boy star. And they've done that. They brought him back in.
Yeah. He was definitely like told as he was out the door, like, keep your phone on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, 100%.
When they did those cuts, there's definitely like 2 or 3 of those. You're like, they'll be back eventually. And you're pretty sure as like Vince McMahon was giving him the marching orders, Triple H was there going,
call me.
In the background.
Call me, please. I popped for Sami Zayn when he came out. I think Sami Zayn, like we alluded to last week's episode, I think Sami Zayn is my favourite WWE wrestler at the minute.
Yeah, he definitely is.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that. He's your favourite wrestler at the minute.
Yeah. But it goes back to us seeing him in London, right?
Yeah,
when we were at NXT.
Of course, brother.
And
of course. The fact that he was injured, he wasn't even supposed to be there. We had the main event.
Yeah.
They then changed to the
NXT thing. And we were like,
there's a match here. There's a match here. And then, boom. Whoa.
Sami Zayn. Yeah.
My God.
It was
the
great.
Noise. We obviously, my bad. My tickets are sit at the top of the goddamn ceiling. But you could still feel the arena shaking and moving.
Yeah.
End of the show for this man. At the end of the show.
Yeah. It was good. That was a great show. We should probably do an episode on that one time as well.
We'll get up on the network and we go through it. 100%. There's some great matches on that show. Great matches.
Yeah, there was. It was good. But yeah, this match started off quite strong again. A lot of chops. Shout out to Gunther. But Bronson Reed. Yeah, you've got Jonah in my head. Yeah. Jonah being a strong boy. I've done it again.
Oh, it's normally me. It's normally me. The weird fireflies came out, by the way. What was that one?
Nah, the crowd wants to be happy. The crowd are wanting to be with the match, basically. This is what's happening here.
Okay.
I think they got the memo from Backlash.
Oh, 100%.
This crowd was great the whole night. Because I know there's been some online stuff before where people were like going, "Oh, it was flat" or whatever when they've gone to Saudi Arabia, but it was bouncing. Most of the night, to be fair, most of the matches it was bouncing.
Yeah,
especially obviously for Sammy and this match.
That's it. They were well over Sammy, which is fair to them. Obviously, the second it genuinely took politics for him to be allowed to go wrestle there, which is passed through and then allowed him to go. Then everyone's happy about it, which they should be. No, I mean it's something. It's cool to see it. It's genuinely cool to see it.
Yeah, and shout out to the politicians for allowing that to happen. Right? It's hard to say that, but it's like a double-edged sword right there. But to the match, Sami Zayn does his classic Sami Zayn and does his running flip over the top rope. His running swanton, I'll call it. But before that, I really like the Uranagi that Bronson Reed, got it right this time.
Yeah.
Bronson Reed did to Sammy and Gable, where Gable was in like a inverted DDT.
Yeah, that's right.
Caught and then bam. Yeah, I thought it was good. Yeah, I've like I said, this match, I'm going to do it a disservice here, but fans, I would definitely advise watching this match.
Yeah,
it's good.
I really liked the character work in it as well, because like obviously Sammy was doing his Sammy thing, but Chad Gable managed to like tie Sammy up in the ring apron, cover his face, beat him up a bit, and still got those heel moments across.
Yeah, it's a good. Again, this is one of these matches where when you're watching Triple Threat, it goes one of a few ways. Two guys batter each other, and the other guy's just sitting there chilling. Basically, you're just working your way in. This match was a little bit different because the three of them constantly batter each other. They were constantly doing moves to each other to the point where like no one's going quiet. There's no like real quiet.
Yeah,
stuff. It's one person to one person to one person. You know, it's this one.
And I was gonna say, and it ties into the fact where Bronson Reed does the whole standard triple threat thing, is where someone goes for a superplex, someone power bombs them, but then Bronson Reed does this, tries to do a moonsault, rolls out of the way. The camera didn't see Chad Gable go and does his moonsault, and I was like, me and Aaron were like, wow.
Yeah, that was really well executed. That could have looked really sloppy.
It could have looked sloppy in the old regime of WWE.
Yeah, there would have been about 4 camera cuts. You would have known Gable was up there 5 minutes before he was up there, kind of thing.
They would have
shown an empty. They would have shown the emptiness and be like, "Oh, someone's going up there."
Oh, no, someone's going up there. Or the shot of a crowd. Someone's climbing the ropes. Show the man climbing the rope.
Yeah. Or show the crowd.
Show the crowd. So what's going on?
What are you gonna do? We also get a triple ankle lock, which is a funny spot.
Funny spot.
And then going into Sami Zayn hitting the Blue Thunder Bomb.
Baby.
On Bronson Reed.
Yeah, that was...
Which is good. Even our mate Cameron was like, wow, this was impressive. Yeah.
I mean, it was a good jump and it was really well executed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I take it they did practice that at least once because the timing was like brilliant on that.
Yeah. They would have given it a go, but obviously Bronson, when it comes to moves like that, as well as much as it is the guy on the bottom lifting, it's the big man jumping up.
It's the big man jumping up,
right? Know what I mean?
Yeah. And then him doing a tope suicide.
I popped hard for that when I watched that. Like, I was astounded. Like this man was down ropes.
Yeah. Through those ropes, big man as well.
Big man through them ropes. Here we go.
It always happens. I'm always impressed when Samoa Joe does it.
Yeah.
And then this is like Samoa Joe level of a tope, which is good. And then we get to German Suplex City.
Yeah, so there's a couple from Gable, a couple from Sammy.
Yeah.
And then, is this where he goes into the double Samoan drop as well?
He does this double Samoan drop previously.
Yeah.
Before this.
And then the most impressive thing that I've seen in a while, Gable grabs the two of them. Unbelievable. And again, it goes back to that feat of strength that Chad Gable has, which is why, again, he's annoyed that he's not where he should be on the damn card. He can grab 2 men and perfectly bridge them over his back. Nuts. Mm-hmm. It's nuts when you see it.
Yeah.
I agree.
And it was really fun because I was sat next to the session and all I could think was somebody, probably Chad Gable, was going 3, 2, 1, jump, and then they put it together. Again, it just looked really clean.
Yeah. That's it. That's that was the beauty of it. Now, it's not a case of you're strong enough to do it. So no, you have to have the technique to allow them to do it in the most safest way possible.
And that's how it should be. And then we get some story with Otis and Gable. So it's really weird, right? So Otis clotheslines Bronson Reed without batting an eyelid. But then when he gets told to clothesline Sami Zayn, he's like...
So I don't know how much you've seen, but Sami Zayn's actually been quite nice to Otis the last few weeks.
He has been.
Oh, what a nice guy.
Yeah, and obviously Otis is a good guy, really.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
So
he knows he's a
that's
good guy,
where that
man.
come from.
Mm-hmm.
Reed, but Bronson Reed's not had any interaction with Otis.
Yeah.
Whereas Otis is like...
It's one of those things where you're happy to do things against people who are bad, but then when you've got someone who's generally nice, you go, okay, this guy was a fair fight. It's wrong to attack him in the fair fight, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Otis is like Bronson Reed's size as well.
Yeah.
Whereas Sami Zayn's the small guy.
Yeah. Sami Zayn's a small guy. Yeah. And then you have Chad Gable slapping Otis going, you're going to hit him, you're going to hit him. We could call it from a mile away, but it executed really well.
It was really good.
Where
Also,
Otis...
shout out Chad Gable's little like flip he did with his leg as he went over really well.
He sold that extremely well. So Otis takes out Chad Gable. Sami Zayn rolls in, haluva kick to Bronson Reed, and still Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn.
And the crowd...
Great finish.
The crowd go nuts because they know they're going to
go nuts. So, sorry, I didn't ask you this before, but Liv and Becky, would you rate that a beans burger or a banger?
It was a burger.
It's a burger. It's a burger.
Right, yeah.
It's not like premium burger. It's like, it's got cheese on it.
It's got the cheese because of the finish. It's got the cheese because of the finish.
Yeah. Okay.
It did its job on that one. This one over-delivered on its job.
This was a banger.
This
triple threat match was a banger.
This would be your nice little bangers, a little side bash, a little bit of gravy. So it's going there.
Yeah, this had onion gravy, which was like, the top. Yeah.
This was better than the wrestling that we were assuming it was going to be. As I said, it was assumed match the night before it began. But then the story as well was there, and it really connected. As you said, even the obvious bits that you're seeing,
it mashed together really well. Yeah,
I weren't there rolling my eyes going, oh, of course he's hit Gable, or oh, of course that they've done the standard like powerbomb suplex. They've done that. It
worked in this match, yeah. Cause I'm the same because I call that spot every triple threat match. It happens, but this one it worked.
Yeah, really well.
So yeah, I rate this a banger with mash and onion gravy.
Yeah,
I agree.
And then our food arrived. So
yeah. Speaking of the night, our food arrived. Yeah,
man.
Really nice pizza we had. I like the coverage, by the way, on this one. This is a bit of a tangent. So the little videos they do before every match.
And then Wade Barrett do the thing.
Yeah, I liked it, and I liked it also on the Gunther Orton one. I think the way that they've executed the showcasing of the people in the final was cool.
Yeah, there's so many matches, right? And this is probably the first year where. If again we were talking about the start, but the brackets were so jam packed. There weren't jobbers in these things, and there was definite wrestlers that you're like, he can win this, he can easily win this, he can win this, and so the matches played off that. They were good. Yeah. They were very good matches, and then the outcomes happen. But wrestlers go through. Then you're allowed when you have good matches on the bracket, you could make good video packages, right? But if you have 2-minute squashes, you ain't got jack shit.
Yeah.
You ain't got nothing.
You got nothing to work with.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On both of them. So it's Lyra Valkyrie versus Nia Jax is the next match. It's the Queen of the Ring final. But all four in both brackets, the men's and women's, any of the four could have won. And you couldn't argue, really. Natasha
couldn't. Yeah.
Natasha would have complained about one winner on the women's side, but luckily that wasn't in the final.
Would I?
Yeah, Bianca. We all know.
But you could understand if Bianca won, and they didn't go that route. I like this. I like this match.
I couldn't. I was too busy focusing on my food at this point. I think in this match, in my opinion, the winner was set. The winner was definitely set in this one. However, I'm
the opposite.
I had hope.
You are really? No, man.
Yeah. I thought it would be. So I thought it would be if Becky won the title, Lyra would win.
Okay,
I got you. So then have the Becky and Lyra match. Because you're right. Lyra is. I've not seen much of her, but she is surprisingly really good.
Yeah,
and
she did such a great job making Nia Jax look like the monster.
Nia Jax, my G. We'll be fair to Nia Jax. Yeah, she's come back and she's had matches which have been fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
She generally has come back this time
surprisingly,
round.
right?
Okay, so there's some surprise there. Like, we know you're watching the matches. Like, okay, she's now taken the finish of the corner drop, right? She's now taken that this time round, and it makes the most sense. It goes, go on and roll with it. Have matches and lead to that corner. It helps build, doesn't it? It helps build story into her finish of, let me get into that corner and bang it down. Get into the corner and bang it down.
Yeah, I agree.
Going back to just saying you thought Nia was the odds-on to win in that. I had small hope for Lyra to win, but I knew Nia was going to win because I was pretty certain who was winning the men's. I was like, they're not having the king and the queen on the same brand. Going to be on.
Okay, yeah, fair.
To proper zoom out and analyze it all. I was like,
break the fourth wall.
Yeah. Although I can see Lyra versus Liv Morgan going forward on Raw because they teased that.
They have
they teased that on Raw?
Yeah. So Becky and Lyra have been friends on TV for a few weeks, and Lyra got blindsided by Liv Morgan. Was it Monday just gone or the Monday before?
I think it was Monday before.
I saw a clip of that. It was like, oh look, Becky's there, and she's like, what? And then bam, punch in the face.
Yeah, because the other week Liv was talking to Lyra, talking about Becky, and Becky was stood behind her.
Yeah, it's one of those things, right?
Yeah.
But again, you're right, Aaron. It's a case where if Lyra was to win, now that Liv's the champion, it makes the most sense for them to be like, right, we can fight each other. It's like, their story. We've had 2 weeks worth of Liv Morgan chatting shit to Valkyrie about how bad Becky is, but in reality, they're talking about each other. It's like, she's shit. Is she your mate? It's like, okay, she's my mate.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, what you saying? We're both Irish. We're friends now.
Oh no, that generally was the thing. That was generally how Lyra and Becky first interacted.
Yeah.
So Lyra's backstage being interviewed. Becky walked past going, "I like you." That's how it all started. It was great.
Did not know. Yeah, I just guessed that.
No, it's backstage interviews are key storytelling moments at the minute.
Definitely. I was really impressed with Valkyrie on this.
Yeah, the match was a fairly standard. Nia Jax dominates throughout most of it, but Lyra was getting her bits she needed to look strong. Dodged the what's Nia Jax
bonsai drop?
We'll just call it bonsai.
Yeah, but she calls it annihilator. No, so she calls.
I don't know, but shout out before you do that, anyways. But did you get the my whole
bit?
Yeah. I thought it was really funny.
Yeah, so Lyra gets out of the way because she gets positioned by the turnbuckle.
Yeah, that's right.
Rolls out the way, is on the outside of the apron, and Nia Jax goes to do that drop on there and does the my whole bit. And then there was a really cool bulldog from Lyra.
Wheelbarrow bulldog. Yeah, I told you I love that move.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it's a classic. You learn that in UK wrestling. It's one of the moves you learn in UK wrestling is a wheelbarrow bulldog. Yeah. Nice. Shout out to wrestling trainers out there in the UK.
Yeah.
We'll book a match for you.
Oh, we'll book the entire show, yeah.
Yeah.
So, Jax just looked to be trying to set up her drop quite a few times. And
that double stomp that Lyra Valkyrie did.
That was a good one to be fair.
That was one of the counters for it.
Yeah.
Which was cool.
I was surprised that no offense to her,
you're completely right. She tripped down, which looked awkward, but she had the strength to hold on and holding on for enough to be able to Valkyrie to come and stomp her and then cover her over for the pin. She did really well there.
Yep, I agree. And then we're getting close to the finish, right?
Yeah, there weren't much.
Oh, this is the finish, which is fantastic.
This looked horrible.
Oh, yeah. It looked
so Lyra goes for the powerbomb.
The sunset powerbomb.
I actually at one point was like, no, this isn't going to work. And then, it was. Look, and Nia Jax as well, folds her arms, which was really cool.
It's paying homage to good old Yoko, isn't he?
That's right.
Yeah.
It's bloodline, brother. It's all bloodline.
Bloodline.
It's all bloodline.
Yeah, so sits down on there, gets the pin. It was a good showing.
I would probably say this match was the beans on this.
And I still quite liked it.
I liked it, but it was like spicy beans.
Yeah, do you know what? Yeah, spicy beans. A solid spicy beans.
Yeah, it wasn't good enough to be a burger, but it was good.
Yeah. Out of everything on this show, this was the one that kind of lacked a little bit of something.
Yeah. But that's no disrespect to the women's wrestlers because they put on a good show, like the spots that they did.
Yeah, the spots that they did as well. It's one of those things where they were given time, moves were good. Again, we all like the finish. There was just something missing from it. I'll tell you exactly what it is: jeopardy. Because Nia didn't look like she was going to lose.
Yeah.
Generally. And that's what it is. It's jeopardy. It's the jeopardy of the loss that doesn't come up. So it was a few more roll-ups or a few more near pins where Valkyrie could have looked like she was going to take the crown. It may have been a better match, but Nia Jax probably, still to the best of her credit, can probably go 10 minutes max. 10-minute max in the ring and get all that stuff out.
Yeah.
It's about this, and this is the debate me and Nasesh have been having recently, is because we'll use Double or Nothing because we've just talked about it before we went on air. That's got 10 matches in, right? If this had 10 matches and this was the final matchup for Queen of the Ring, this would have been like a 2-minute.
Yeah, oh yeah. If they had,
everyone would have hated it.
Yeah, if they had the old style where both finals were on the same show, you would have 2-minute. You'd have 2-minute entrances with a 2-minute match and a 1-minute get the hell out of the ring. So there'd be all 5-minute matches leading into this match. Which point you're going? Yeah. I've just seen you win with the same moves. Why am I invested in this?
Why am I invested in this again?
Yes. Yeah.
I was gonna ask you that. Did you miss the old format of King of the Ring where they had the semi-finals and finals on the pay-per-view?
I didn't.
Nostalgia used to like that.
Nostalgia would say to me, yes.
Yeah.
It says to me, yes.
Yeah,
definitely. But if you look back to the matches, if I was to watch them again, I go, that was a 4-minute match. That was a 5-minute match. And
yeah,
it's like,
exactly.
Like looking at how Brock Lesnar won in 2002.
Yeah, 2002.
Yeah.
Shout out to Triple H and doing his Harry Houdini appears with the crown in the ring. Where did he come from?
Came from nowhere, mate. He walked in
appeared
nonchalantly, yeah. He was hiding with the Saudi women in the crowd.
Yeah, that was an awkward bit where they panned the camera around that bit and they all ducked.
It's probably, again, that's something that they're not been told to do that. They've just been probably, not as sad as it sounds, it's probably engraved in them.
Yes.
That they shouldn't be on TV. And you had the girls to the left of them were happy to be on television because I'm guessing probably, again, I'm not going to go too into it. Generations have already said to them, no, you can't be on TV. Other ones have said, it's okay. You can't be on the screen, but you're 15,000 people in this.
Yes.
So there's some give and take there, you know?
But then they do. Is this bit? Yeah, Becky, I think, walks down afterwards, gets a quick interview, is really pissed off.
Yeah.
And then we go into Gunther versus Orton for King of the Ring.
Yeah. Well,
I like to have them back to back as well. Yeah.
Just going back to that Becky thing, Becky basically calls out that she has a rematch clause. Now, for the last 2 years, the champion hasn't had a rematch clause, and yet Big Time Bex has.
Oh, what? Really?
That's right. So Becky X has a rematch clause, and
Becky
claims,
Hogan. Here we go.
Bex is like, more rematch. Yeah. It's like, okay. I'm guessing she says she's going to talk to Pierce about it. Now, either that happens on a Raw, where she's still contracted, or it could be something at Clash.
I feel like it should be...
Should be Clash.
No, I feel like it should be Raw, because in my head, right, for Clash, looking at the card, what belts would be on the line and all this, I want, if Becky's still in the contract, a Lyra-Becky team-up versus Damage Control or versus... I'd like to see that, and I think that would be a really popular thing to see. Because Becky doesn't need a title match at Clash of the Castle.
No, she doesn't.
We're getting... They announced it, I think, after the Gunther Orton match. We're getting the Drew Damien match, which everyone just needs in their life.
Mm-hmm.
For every person in that arena, all 14,000 to know Broken Dreams off by heart and be able to sing that.
You've been practicing every day, mate.
Yes, every day. Yeah, if you ask my partner, she'd be like, yes, he's singing that every day. But yeah, so that, in my head, that's where it goes. We expect it either to be this Monday or the following. Have we got 2 Mondays? We've got 2 Mondays, this Monday.
She's got 2 weeks left on her contract, so she needs to do it in the next 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, so... Yeah, because I don't know what else happens on Monday Night Raw other than Gunther comes out and, spoiler for this next match, does a banging King General speech.
Ludwig. King General.
I can't wait for it. This might have been my match of the night. It was good.
If it wasn't for the finish, it would have been my match of the night.
Yeah, it's hard to tell, really, what was my match of the night, but this might have been it. I think I need a bit more time. It's a weird one, this like PLE. I need a bit more time to digest which is match of the night for me.
I know mine is going to be the main event. I'll talk over it when it comes. This match was very good. This match was weird because you're going into it, you're thinking to yourself, Randy Orton hasn't even had a chance to fight for the King of the Ring because by the time it was happening, when it came back, he's already champion.
He was champion.
No, he was champion. Yeah. He can't even fight for it. So I generally, half my brain was like, he's walking past the crowd. The crowd's going there, they're singing, voices and everything.
Yeah.
He walked past the crown, and I'm just saying to myself, I'm praying he just walks over to Gunther, goes, as an audio goes, I'm taking that crown. Lay down, boy.
It's mine.
It's mine.
Yeah.
Lay down.
Lay down.
Just lay down.
Yeah, Bash at the Beach 2000. Yeah, lay down.
You just lay down.
Vince Russo comes out. This company's going down to shit because of you.
Because of you, Randy. Well, because you wanted the crowns. No,
Yeah.
I like the look of. I want to be king of the ring.
Yeah.
Add to my shit. I've got a list of things that I have. 14-time champion. I want king of the ring.
Yeah.
Maybe next year.
Could be.
I mean, I'd like it.
Just a quick shout out on Randy's entrance. That spider cam or that drone.
Yeah, drone. When it shot
Chef's
through.
kiss.
Yeah.
That was great.
I think this was the second time they used. We're saying it's a drone. They use a drone camera because they do it for the Logan Paul spot.
Yeah.
Later on, that's what cemented it was a drone. And the camera work just worked
so good. You could tell Mr. Dunn. Best of luck in your future endeavors, my guy.
Oh, he's a millionaire.
But you can tell he's not.
Yeah.
He's not on that. He's not in that production truck, is he?
No.
But you can clearly tell.
I can't remember now who does it, and they've shouted him out a few times saying whose ideas all these things are and who's bringing it to the table, as head of production. But it's working so well.
It is working well. It is looking cool. Every shot on Raw and SmackDown now, from the back to the inside, back to the inside. It happened the first 3 times. We were awed by it, and then I don't want it to be diminishing return, but it looks so good all the time.
Yeah.
So keep doing it.
Well, they're going to overdo it.
Well,
I don't want them to overdo it.
It depends.
I feel like it makes sense at the minute. So Jey Uso did it last week. On Monday, and it worked because it was all part of this promo and all that.
That's it.
It works when Becky's done it and Becky's done one where she basically started. There was a fight in the back. She takes the microphone, does a whole speech, walks out to the front with it. So they don't just do it copy paste all the time. They change it up how they do it.
They change it up a bit.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I agree.
So King of the Ring final. It was quite a drawn out get into the ring.
Yeah.
Feeling each other out at the beginning.
It was a weird one.
This was a very old school match, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was obviously annoying as sad as it sounds, but I've been watching the entrance, think to myself, I'm curious if Randy's hurt because you wouldn't want to go into this with the injury against Gunther.
No, not against Gunther. No,
who will hurt you in a bad way, not I'm going to end you kind of way, but just hurt you. Yeah. So I was thinking to myself, are they playing on time because he's hurt? Are they playing on time because he's hurt? As the match starts and it builds slowly, the more I'm thinking, okay, Randy's looking okay in the ring. He's looking okay in the ring. And it just builds into a match where luckily it goes back and forth. It wasn't just a squash. It was not a squash as one.
Which is something that you wouldn't want to see.
Yeah.
It's their first time ever as well.
Yeah.
Just that they've never faced off against each other before.
I'm pretty certain, correct me if I'm wrong, just quickly off the top of my head, this is Orton's first pinfall since he come back as well.
Ooh.
He's not took
he's not taken a pinfall, has he?
He's lost, obviously, but whoever he's with, the person
it's been lost. Kevin Owens usually taking the pinfall.
Yeah, so Orton's first loss. Yeah, you're right.
What I'm more laughing at now is when he signs up to take those chops and you're thinking to yourself, man, how many are you going to allow yourself to take? Because at some point you're going to be annoyed of having to be the veteran in the ring and taking these chops brother.
Yeah.
It's starting to hurt. Huh?
Yeah. And you can clearly see the bruise
on his chest. As it comes through. Yeah.
Oh.
I reckon Sheamus just quickly texted him just before it was going, good luck, mate.
Yeah.
This hurts. Good luck.
Yeah.
You might lose this.
They have a few tie-ups, a couple of holds, mainly so Randy can delay when he gets chopped.
That's it.
And then
all of a sudden, he gets the first chop. Yep.
Oof.
And Orton was like,
yeah.
So that's what it feels like. Yeah.
This is what people have been feeling for the past 10 years, taking a Gunther chop. What's a Gunther chop? And it's just like, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I feel pain.
Can hear it. Yeah. I've never felt this pain ever in my life. Yeah.
Orton's just make sure in my contract it states I am on opposite brand to Gunther for the remainder of my career.
Yeah. I don't want to be a part of this anymore. Yeah, I thought this match, like I said, it felt like a very old school, slow pace. Pick up the pace. there wasn't many bumps in the match. There wasn't many maneuvers, were there?
Yeah.
And
it's weird because it never lost me. Either.
Yes.
Zoned in for the whole match. Mm-hmm. I think it was the aura of the pair of them was just like, I'm watching, this is happening.
Yeah, I think it definitely.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it comes out again, like I was saying. I was worried about Randy, thinking he was hurt and all that. It's probably helped that it's a banger top side than it is a flip to bang, flip to floor, flip to floor.
Yeah,
it helps Randy because you don't want to have to keep getting off the mat, which is the hard bit.
And taking all those bumps with a bad back.
It's not going to be nice and cool.
Well, it's also Randy is one of the old school wrestlers now that still sells.
Yeah.
Like,
majorly. His injuries.
Like his knee. He's got tape on his knee. As soon as it gets targeted, he doesn't just suddenly do a kick up and is running round.
Mm-hmm.
He like
Bianca Belair.
Yeah.
He didn't do
too many wrestlers these days, like, they get hit with power moves, they get hit in the back, they get their arm worked. Next minute, that arm's fine because they're doing clotheslines with it. The bad knee, all of a sudden, they're running up the turnbuckle. Doing a moonsault.
It comes down to the pace of matches. The pace of the last 15 years is so much quicker than what we used to watch. And so, because they want to keep up to the pace of the matches that they have to, they're probably told to do now, it's hard to sell. How much time can you allow to sell, let alone to have to get up and do. And you're right, Aaron. Randy Orton is the best at being hit and telling you that I'm in pain while I'm hit.
Oh, yeah. And it helps that we all know the major back surgery he's had.
Yeah.
And everyone's like,
that's it.
Is he all right?
The past few weeks, he keeps going on interviews saying, they told me to retire. They've told me to retire. They've told me to retire. And it's
yes.
Like, brother, they're the reason why they're telling you to retire. Look at the matches you're going through.
Look at the scoop slam that he's got given by Gunther. And like, oh my God. Like, that looks so painful. Standard power slam from Gunther.
Yeah.
If it hits you on someone else, it's like, okay, I can get up. Orton.
He's struggling.
He's struggling.
Just the whole lot they do, trying to do standing suplex with each other, the back and forward. And then Orton lands it on Gunther.
But then he still sells his back.
Yeah.
This is what we're going back to.
Yeah.
He's still telling a story that he's hurt his back.
Yeah.
And it hurts when he's doing the moves. Which is good.
There's a move that happens in the match where it's the tilt wall power slam that Randy does perfect. Every time I've seen Randy Orton,
every time that
cuts through, boom, it's come through his head. This one on the other hand, it doesn't hit, and he hits the mat, and from him hitting the mat,
twists his knee.
He hits the mat, and you're thinking to yourself, that's whipped. Yeah, he's fucked. Mm-hmm. He's genuinely in so much pain right now because things that should be working for him wasn't working for him in this match against Gunther, which is probably Gunther's. Was why he's the ring general, right? You know what I mean? He knows where he knows where to put himself and ring in the mat. He
just gets the slam off at one point, but what makes me laugh is now he doesn't do the clap. He used to. He doesn't do the clap. Since he's come back, he doesn't clap. Or he very rarely claps.
He does, but you don't need to against Gunther. Gunther knows.
Yeah.
Gunther knows his timing. And then I called it out to you, didn't I, Aaron? And he gets the DDT. I was like,
you said Orton. It, yeah.
Vintage Orton, and Michael Cole goes, it's Vintage Orton.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Love that.
And then this is where Gunther nearly kills himself.
So, this is scary.
It was very scary because, like, Gunther. So as he's climbing up, obviously the ropes move in, and he's a bit wet and slippery and sweaty. And but the way he nearly falls forward, it's like I thought his leg got caught and he was going to go first.
Face
first.
No. But somehow he has enough strength in the little area of foot that he got on the rope by himself to propel himself onto Randy.
Yeah,
it was all knees because Orton was quite far out as well. Like, it was incredible, really. To be fair, it was good save.
That's it.
I agree. And then Gunther then goes again for it, but misses, and RKO out of nowhere.
We get the wonderful first RKO, wonderful RKO.
Yeah, and then are you going to bring it up in this match, or do you want to bring it up in the next one about you and your tables?
No, I'll bring it up right now. Why does the announce table not break?
I like it.
Orton's doing that to Gunther. That should break. Like doing his German suplex style backdrop.
It just backdrop. It
needs to break.
Do you want to know real or not real, brother? This is no gimmick table. I'll tell you that much right now, The competence have gone there and gone, okay, yeah, actual screws and actual bolts in this motherfucker.
Wood.
Actual wood.
Actual
but
wood.
like 3 times, it should give.
I don't feel like
especially
it has
with
to,
a big man
because
for Gunther.
it sells that it's painful, and then
it.
when the spoiler for later on, the other table breaks in the other match.
Yeah,
that makes that more impactful.
That's it. Yeah, there's a force needed in that break later on in the main event, and it goes back to the table.
Now,
yeah.
It just is. It sells the power of the move on that table more, and it sells when the table does break that move. It brings it up a level.
That's right.
If both tables were broken all the time, it's just like, oh wow, flimsy table.
Look at the power good old fucking Sanjay Dutt has. He moves one thing and a table breaks. Fucking Gunther gets slammed on a table and it doesn't break. Like,
good table.
Good table.
It's a good table. That's why.
Yeah.
Got to move with the times, Natesh. Carpentry's evolved over the last 20 years. This ain't no IKEA.
Yeah. No. That's where they got these tables from.
I don't think they probably don't have IKEA out there. It's probably, I don't know what it will be.
Woolworths.
Lord knows, bro.
I was trying to think of a tree native to the region, but I'm not that inclined in the world.
No.
Palm trees.
I'm not too sure.
Palm trees.
And
palm trees.
Yeah, palm trees. Yeah.
Yeah.
And just as much as this tangent comes on, we get another RKO out of nowhere.
Yes.
Yeah. Kicks out of the second RKO, which was a strong moment for Gunther. I was actually quite surprised at that point.
He's been Intercontinental for what was it, 600 days, whatever it was? No, I mean, he should be kicking out moves like that, to be fair. At some points in the match.
He deserves
points in the match.
Yeah. And this then goes straight pretty much into the finish, doesn't it? Both men are worn down, injured, like Randy Orton's barely breathing.
Barely breathing? Look at the chops he's been taking.
Even then, actually, as the tangent that came through the table, Randy took the worst of that bump, and his back on that table was just the pain he showed when he hit that table. It was like, what was the point, Randy? What the hell was the point?
Yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah, because, he gets the second RKO off and then rolls up, then he Gunther.
Gunther.
But,
This is the botch of the match.
Well, whether botch...
Yeah, I don't think it's a botch.
Botch or correctness or just extra tangent to keep Randy strong, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I mean,
so
it's controversial.
My thing is, if what happened not long after the show ended, basically, Randy Orton's shoulder is up when he gets pinned. I don't know I can't remember where the ref was to see if the ref got.
He twists to the right hand side of Gunther to look at Randy's right shoulder, which is still on, but it's the left shoulder that's up.
Obviously, straight away in the group chat, people were like, his shoulder was up.
His shoulder's up.
Triple H comes out later on X or whatever it was, Twitter, TikTok, whatever it appeared on. Basically, an interview going, I've seen it. I've gave Gunther the crown. I've come back. I've seen the replay. Rest words final.
Kind of
solves the problem.
Which is fair.
And says, I'm pretty sure Gunther and Orton will want to do it again. And then strolls off. Triple H saved it. Look at the man. He's got a pacemaker. He's running the show. He's still saving.
He's running the show. Still saving
the show.
Yeah.
Gunther then lifts up the FA Cup.
Gets his fireworks.
Gets pyro.
Yeah. Well, obviously, this one was a bit more annoying people then, because doesn't put it on his head. However, you haven't got to be king to put the crown on your head, right? You technically don't have to. You don't actually have to hold. You could be king if you're holding it like this, or you actually put it on your head. You did the modern.
Yeah.
As a cue ball, baby.
Yeah.
But you don't need to wear the crown to be king, and that's fair. Even backstage, he carries it with him, and he generally just holding it as he's going.
Yeah, holding it.
He's just holding it as he goes around.
Oh, Ludwig Kaiser will be carrying that crown.
I'm all for that. I'm all for that.
Just holds it for him.
Yeah. I think we're all there for that. Ludwig Kaiser is going to be amazing Monday night.
I can't wait.
I think it will open the show as well.
Do you reckon?
King General. Yeah.
King General. Don't see why not.
It's got to be.
I thought it'd be Drew because didn't they announce Drew versus Damien for Clash at the Castle?
Yeah. But
now, I feel like something will just happen at some point. Maybe Monday. Oh, yeah. Damien Priest is out and there out comes Drew. So,
What's your thoughts about that?
in regards
Since
to...
you both are going to Clash at the Castle, what's your thoughts to Triple
My
M?
G, year before, when we went to Wales for it.
Wales,
and
2022,
Yeah, and how and how much love Drew McIntyre was getting in that match. I'm expecting it to be tenfold.
More so.
Tenfold. Yeah.
And it's not like last time where he was against Roman, where we are bloodline and we do all acknowledge. And it was a simple case where there were pockets of crowds of people who were happy that Roman was winning. Ain't a chance this time. Right?
Yeah.
No one in that building is going to want Damian Priest to leave with that damn belt.
It was wrong person, right place, wrong time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that time.
That all needs to align for him to win that.
That's it.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately.
I agree.
Although we got Tyson Fury singing American Pie.
Which is jokes.
It was jokes.
It
Yeah.
was jokes.
It was
It
jokes.
was jokes.
Yeah. And then Drew McIntyre trying to remember the lyrics to it. Like, nah, I don't know. So let's sing Oasis. Yeah.
Yeah. Main event time then, boys. King and Queen of the Ring is coming to the end. Cody Rhodes versus Logan Paul for the WWE Undisputed Championship. That is what it's called now, isn't it?
It was the Uwu Championship. No, it's not. Because they got rid of the Universal.
Yeah, they got rid of the Universal.
Gone, hasn't it?
Yeah. Which is fair.
How did we feel about this being main event and not the final?
It's Cody Rhodes, right?
Good. It's Cody Rhodes, yeah.
Being honest with you, Cody Rhodes is champion, and he is allowed to main event every damn pay-per-view going forward.
Oh, yeah.
That he chooses. It's just a case of...
Oh, here's the thing then.
Oh.
Is Cody going to be at Clash at the Castle? Would you have Drew main event that if Cody's
I can see that
title?
being the one that Drew would headline. I think it would be there.
Okay. Caveat. If they're going to screw Drew, right, and not let him win, you cannot let the fans go home unhappy. So
Cody Rhodes.
So you then have Cody Rhodes at the main event, which people will be upset about. But by the time they leave, they're gonna, like I'm saying, at least I get to go see Cody with the championship, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that would probably be the tell of the structure of that that pay per view. If Cody's on last,
I do think
Drew's losing.
Yeah, Drew's losing. Yeah, because I do think Cody should be on that card.
I feel like he will be because this is the Cody tour at the minute. But I just feel like Drew will be last. I wouldn't be mad if he's not. Drew's on first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, fist pumping, but
I think it'd be fair. There'd be no hard. I think we only see Cody Rhodes on television. What we see on social media. I'm pretty certain he's a decent enough person to say Drew should be on last. I'm pretty certain he will happily go right.
I mean,
I'll sit down and you do thing.
Cody's had the last 4 main event slots. That's including the 2 nights.
2 nights of Mania.
So it's like you can't really be like, hey, I'm not getting my rub as the champion. You've had all the rub at the minute.
Yeah, you've had it now. Yeah. No, I agree. So this match starts. Sorry, quick tangent again on that. It cuts in.
Wait,
nice.
The introductions. Cody.
Yeah, who the fuck was that guy?
He was there. He's been there 2 years in a row now, I believe.
Yeah.
Giving the introductions, which is fair.
Yeah, but who is he?
He's a celebrity.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's
comedian or presenter.
He's probably, being honest, he's probably one of the ministers there that's gone, hey, I'll happily give you the millions and millions needed to allow people to be here. Can I just be on the show? Yep, you can call out their names.
Yeah, you could call out the names. Yeah.
Spend $100 million to be able to call out names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he does that. Cody came out and got his pyro. They didn't mess up the shot. You saw it. Tesh wants the pyro when the low happened.
Crowd love him. Crowd love Cody Rhodes.
Yeah. Crowd loves Cody.
Even in Saudi Arabia, Mr. Red, White and Blue, they love Cody Rhodes.
They love Cody Rhodes. They love Homelander.
They like Logan Paul as well for some strange reason.
Oh, the youngsters there do like
star.
Logan Paul. And obviously we have La Prime, which is the number one thing, which is why they love Cody Rhodes over there. Sorry, Logan Paul over there.
Yeah.
I'm glad you bring it up because it did take us halfway through this PLE. Everyone moaned when Prime was the ring sponsors. It took us halfway through to realise they weren't there.
Yeah.
I think it might have been against advertising for something.
Yeah, 100%.
Like they had to keep it clear.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it was like for the boxing the other week when Usyk v Fury happened. I don't know if there's any sponsorship on the ring or what for that.
If I remember correctly, the corners did, but I think the centre mat didn't. Because when you see him dancing around the ring, Fury dancing around the ring, going back to go down, You do see a few advertisements, but I think the middle of that was empty.
And then the only other one I could think of, if it weren't like local, you're not allowed the advertisement on there, was the time it was shown on in America. Did that mean that they were wearing?
They wouldn't get the.
But then that would have affected Backlash as well.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We
Politics.
We don't mind the Prime being on the ring anyway. It's not really
it was completely fine in the end. We were all lucky that as long as it's black and white, it's okay. If it's got colours in it, then we're thinking, oh, that's a distraction. But a black and white symbol.
Clip this, tweet it at us next Mania when there's a big, massive McDonald's golden arch.
Yeah. So going back to this match for the third time in a row.
Yeah.
Cody beats up one of Logan Paul's entourage, and Brass Knucks get him involved.
Yeah, skipping the entire beginning of the match, but yeah.
Three
the beginning's quite
Brass
standard.
Knuckles.
It's standard. You have two athletic guys. You have a man who's wrestled for so long, a man who's wrestled for 3 years, or 4 years, I believe, or 3 years now. Yeah. And they've got the building blocks to start to, okay, what's happening in matches? Moves here, 1, 2, flips there, punches and kicks and that kind of stuff. And Logan Paul is building to something that he knows that he's like, I have to try and get these knucks from someone, because that's half the story going into the damn main event.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it worked, I feel.
It does work.
So I think the impressive bit about the beginning before we get to the knucks was there's a standing suplex from Cody. Holds him.
Yes.
And it looks almost like a bot, but it weren't, was it?
No, that was a purposeful move.
He bounces him. Logan Paul perfectly times like kicking off of it. Lifts himself back up, and that would work really well.
And it helps. It helps because, again, they keep saying it. Logan Paul's a fantastic athlete, and
which is what they did well with this build-up for this match. Was he weren't going, I'm going to beat up the YouTuber. He did say that line, but he weren't just. He did say, "You've got imposter syndrome. You don't know if you belong here," and it helps integrate Logan Paul more into. Because, like it or not, he's going to be in this main event, around the main event scene with his US Championship and all that for quite a while by the looks of it.
And more power to him, because he is surprisingly very good as a professional wrestler.
Oh, yeah. You can tell he enjoys it as well.
Oh, he definitely enjoys it. There's a passion.
Yeah, 100%.
It's definitely
100%.
And he keeps bringing out goons to get battered. ISO Speed, KSI, the random Prime guy who gives him the knuckles in this one.
What was it? He signed, Patrick Mahomes a couple of weeks ago, took the Super Bowl rings off his hand and unfortunately punched JD McDonough in the head.
Oh, when they did that and they had the makeup on.
Oh my God. Look at the man's face.
It's unreal. Yeah. What did you think to Cody first trying the vertebreaker, the good old homicide finisher?
Doing banned moves, right? You know what I mean?
Doing banned moves on Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Again.
He hits the last call as well.
Yeah.
And fucking Michael Cole, a suplex.
Come on, Ash. Go on now.
No. Let me have my moment here.
It is a version of a suplex.
No, it was the final call. It was Dustin Rhodes' finisher.
Actually, they do talk about a man who was there. They didn't say Goldie. They didn't say Goldust or Dustin's name.
No.
I think Corey Graves it was he picks up, not fucking Michael Cole.
Yeah, definitely.
There was one bit I liked in this match where Cody gets hit with the brass nuts, and Michael Cole, for the first time I think I've seen in a long time, actually shouts at a superstar.
Oh yeah,
he actually shouts at him genuinely, and Logan Paul is so annoyed. It's like we've seen this for years. How are you now annoyed about being yelled at? Why is this guy calling me? Why is this guy calling me a loser? Like, brother, you're cheating to win.
And it happened in the kickoff, didn't it? This is where the story.
This is where the story.
Michael Cole
story comes
took the brass knucks. And Michael Cole had them. So then Michael Cole stands up, shouts at him. Corey Graves splits them up, which is great.
Yeah, I think it was Kaz. It was like, I wish Corey Graves just lamped him on. It's like, you never know.
Corey Graves is training again, isn't he?
Apparently.
You've seen the videos. Yeah.
So apparently, it's cleared.
Wow.
But does that mean then Michael Cole is the next guest on Impulsive this week?
No, I think because they're doing this whole antagonistic kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I don't think so. Although, to be fair, they have had quite a few of those episodes where they break story, don't they? Like
once the story's finished, you have Seth Rollins,
Cody on.
You've had Edge, you've had Mysterio.
So you get your Cody cutter onto
I
the
fucking
table,
hated that.
I thought
should have broke.
No, it didn't break. It was a power move. Then, when you get not 5 minutes later, Logan Paul's got Cody on the other table, the dodgy table. Does this weird drone shot with Prime. It looks incredible.
I love that shot.
Yeah,
that drone.
That shot looks so good.
That shot was like
great.
chef's kiss.
Yeah.
But doing that splash, breaking that table, after seeing the other table not break, this is where I'm coming from.
No. Yeah, that's it. The velocity needed in that splash from the top rope is so powerful, so strong. Every table will down break with that goddamn. You know,
try it on that table. Try on that table there.
I'll bet you will break. I'll break because a man flying at you from 15 feet instead of a couple of inches over, different, brother. It's completely different.
It is.
But for years we've all known it, right? The Spanish, French, Arabic announce table, soon to be German announce tables are the breaky tables.
Yeah. What they're gonna have for here, Ali McCoist in fucking Scotland. They're gonna have the Scottish announce table.
Scottish announce table.
Ali McCoist and Andy Gray. Yeah.
That would be quite funny.
That'd be fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they go back in the ring after all these shenanigans.
More shenanigans.
He's trying to go for the pin, right? He's hit a big move. And he's like, right, and he's learnt enough to go, hit big move, go for pin. Hit big move, go for pin.
Yeah. Logan does... Well, he gets like a 2.9 count as well.
Yeah, very close.
Fair play.
Yeah.
And I have seen, actually, some people saying, like, after AJ Styles dragged it out, had a big match with him, that this should have been a quicker match. But I quite like that this was a back-and-forth slogfest kind of match.
Yeah, okay. When he took on Carmelo Hayes on the draft night, he gave Cody a move there, a match there. That was quite fast, considering. But it's maybe because it was SmackDown night.
TV. Yeah.
But even then, that match was quite fast. So I would say that he's had his quick match he can have. And then, again, if you're main event, you're not going to have quick matches now, man. No, I mean, they're always going to be you're allowed to have your time kind of thing.
Only thing that really pissed me off about this one, and I did say this to Aaron, is the fact that you needed a vertebraker, band move, and 3 crossroads and interference to beat Logan Paul.
He's a champion.
But you only have 1 crossroads to beat AJ Styles and kick out of the Burning Hammer at 1.
So
that makes AJ look so weak.
My take on the whole 3 crossroads here, he did say on SmackDown Friday night that he's going to teach Logan Paul a lesson. The 3 crossroads was him teaching him the lesson. He could have very easily.
That's what I think you're right there. He happily could have just pinned him after 1. It would have been like, right, you pin him, get your ass up and down again, and then maybe Cody Rhodes is a little bit annoyed and went, 2's not enough.
That's there on November the 2nd as well, by the way.
Yeah. So no, I like this. I like the ending.
I really enjoyed this match. I was just pissed off about the way that he won.
Yeah,
because of seeing a great match.
You have an opinion, it's wrong though.
Yeah, I'm allowed an opinion. Yeah, my opinion's there, but it's wrong. Yeah,
I'm gonna now weird bit here. I know I just said like the brass knucks bit. I do. However, right, Logan Paul, my guy, and whoever's writing for him. It started off with he does his Superman punch thing. It's so effective because he has titanium in his arm. Fair enough. Good. Okay. I like the storytelling. Now, then he gets Super Bowl rings, and now he's got brass knucks. If he's got titanium in his fist,
why does he need
Cody,
that? Yeah,
he knocks him out clean with it. Why does he need brass knucks? Where's this coming from? He uses titanium all the time. I think it's just because they don't have to keep announcing it. Because every time they say there's titanium in that fist,
I think he gets paid every time they mention it.
Yeah.
It's probably the old school Lex Luger, right? Luger had a titanium with his forearm. You'd always see him fly and smash him in the face, and he'd go just a forearm to the face. Lex Luger with that titanium forearm.
Yeah. What did you think to this match? Was this a beans, a burger, or a banger?
It was a banger, I think.
I'm gonna go with this match was a burger, but a top end burger.
This match for me,
my opinion.
Yeah, I can understand. And you know what? I would say it's a burger but the Burger King double XL cheeseburger. It's a fantastic burger. It's a top-notch burger. You're happy to eat that damn burger. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Not me, though, because I can't eat beef. So this is a spicy Zinger Tower Box burger.
KFC do a fantastic stacker burger. It's 2 Zinger burgers put together. You're more than welcome to that equivalent. However, for myself, it's a BK double egg bacon cheese, baby.
I get you. I like them as well. Yeah. I can't really tell you what my match to the PLE was because
it's hard to say.
Too fresh.
Yeah, and even then, it's like again, it was hard to say because they were a few good ones. There were a few really good matches. It's easy to say the main event's the best and everything else was just there kind of thing. What does happen?
Unfortunately, I agree.
It does happen.
Talking through, it's probably convinced me it was actually the triple threat. More than
I can understand.
I know I said
triple threat was my match of the night. 100%.
I think it probably was. But yeah, I like this PLE. It's definitely I'm definitely sold on the smaller PLEs, the 5 matches, the more condensed more condensed but more fleshed out matches. It's giving you the more of a showcase, and I like that. Like with the women's belts, it's different PLEs for different belts. I know Natesh has his whole thing for every belt. What do you think? Right?
Depends, man. It depends on the event, on the story. You can't just have a champion defend a belt for the sake of it. If you want that, Night of Champions. That is your night.
Yeah.
They have it year round, and they go every title's on the line, and from the fucking Speed X Championship to the both heavyweight titles, right? Yeah. They will defend it on Night of Champions. And they go, right, hands up. Okay, every title match is a title. But it will depend. It should depend on the story. Or at the point where we can watch a pay-per-view and go, a champion's in jeopardy. That's why we're enjoying to watch it. Or we just want the guy to batter him and go, right, I can't wait for you to lose. I generally can't. Austin Theory, for example. I cannot wait for Austin Theory and Grayson Waller to take on a good tag team and get absolutely smashed. I cannot wait for it. Whether it's going to be
DX.
Whether it's DIDX. DIDX.
I'm not calling it.
It's the...
I don't want to just correct you there, Rohit, but it's a PLE now.
Oh, yes.
Not a pay-per-view.
They can't trademark.
It pisses me off as well. But
also, have you seen, it's because it's a premium live event, because they're not getting as many buys. If you say pay-per-view and then they announce the buys, it looks really bad.
Yeah.
If you say premium live event and then you say, oh yeah, so many people have tuned in and watched it on streams, done this.
If you consider now, the WWE Network has been going for about 10 years now.
9.
It's mad, isn't it?
It won't make it to 10, unfortunately.
It's not making it to 10. Royal Rumble, wasn't it?
Yeah, they're right.
It'd just be shy. It'll
just
be about
shy. That's a shame,
6 weeks, maybe.
That's a shame, really. Okay, in which case, if you think about, what will survive is streaming. It'll be pay-per-views, PLEs, which have been streamed rather than bought for over for 10 years plus, because again, the Netflix deal is going to go on for God knows how long. And it's crazy to think that, where they used to work off a metric that was $60 an event, £15 here, and it was £15 for £20. It's been that money for a long time, and to sit there and think to yourself, right, we can't go off that metric. Of course not. No one's stupid enough in this country, but you can stream it for £10 a month, or peacock it for $9.99.
Yeah,
doesn't make sense. Here we go.
No, when we watched SmackDown Friday night, one of the adverts that come up, it was on TNT.
$14.99.
$14.99. It came up mid-show. I was like, who's still buying this on box office?
Yeah.
Who is doing that? Nobody.
To be honest, I'm thinking of buying Double or Nothing on YouTube.
How much is it?
I'll have a look after this episode.
I've said this before. I'm not going to make on a rant about AEW, but if you get Thriller TV for that, you have to pay your monthly subscription and then buy the pay-per-view on top.
Yeah.
It's still a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense to me.
See, that was only Thriller recently. They've copied the Zone, who've done that. When the first few, I remember, when the first few came out, Fight TV, you didn't need to pay for a subscription, but we bought the pay-per-views as is. And I remember the first 4, thinking to myself, I'm having a really good time watching them, of course. I was annoyed then, because I was thinking to myself, at the time, I'm thinking, I wish these lot did a monthly subscription. I ain't got to spend 20 quid every 4 months. I could spend just a $5.99 deal where they go, right, it's $5.99. Highlights of the shows, the midweeks are there. All the wrestling shows are there. Obviously, I can understand it's a harder pull because WWE have the catalogue, which is madness. But they can ask for £10 because they got the catalog. Whereas if they were to release it then, you would basically have the highlights of Dynamite, which was Dynamite only a few months old or whatever.
Yeah.
And then, well, actually, do you know what? I bet you if he had done that, Tony Khan would have bought TNA. He would have generally bought TNA and ROH earlier and gone, right. He would have bought it just to have the video catalog and go, right.
Have that library.
So you have that library. Yeah. Right, I'm buying it now. You guys carry on. But just so we can keep having the library there so people can keep paying so they can get the pay-per-views, PLEs at the end of the month and keep coming through, which would be jokes.
From January, it won't matter because it's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix, baby.
Netflix, they won't even care. No one will buy it out. It's still on Peacock in America, but the rest of the world, Netflix, they'll never have to care about people buying it again.
Yeah.
That is true.
I'm hoping. I'm just hoping, again, we're all hoping that it's going to port over correctly. I don't know if you guys ever do. Do you love just going onto the network and seeing old school wrestling?
I'm watching all the time.
One of the coolest things you could do, just to pass time.
I'm still working my way through WrestleManias.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
I went through watching WCW from 95 onwards. I'm now up to 2000. So I'm now annoyingly onto the worst of the pay-per-views. But it was nuts to be able to go back and watch them and think to yourself, remembering what happened and the story that came and the story that was going to follow. And it's cool. The network is cool. It's been cool for a long time. And
it has.
And we're all hoping that Netflix, the deal does two things. One, it streams correctly. There's no breakages, nothing like that. You don't want any problems. And there's number two, no restrictions. USA and Fox and television have always dictated how wrestling should be portrayed. And what's allowed on there, what's not allowed on there.
PG-13.
Netflix now will, I'm hoping, allow it to be a case where, it's live streamed and there's ratings that you may have to have on the shows to be set in a certain way. But let them do what they want. I'm not saying we're going back to ECW standard. That's not going to happen.
No.
It's not going to happen. But a few things here or there. Yeah, I know about that.
Yeah.
A few things here or there where we can enjoy wrestling and be like, this is quite cool. It's obviously shown, right? The Rock dropped an F-bomb a couple of months ago. And it's nuts to think that it's like, what's going on? How is this happening?
Yeah.
I agree.
Also, selfishly,
I agree.
I want the streams to start in 4K. I want the content to start coming out.
100%.
It took them long enough to jump to HD. It's about time now. With
Netflix
they
go to the 4K.
Let's get K. I just feel like it's just getting another level up.
I agree.
It's a weird one because WWE. No, let's not forget. WWE have not had to worry about gates. Like they don't. As mad as it sounds, the live events and the shows that they have, the money from the shows, they don't necessarily need that. I know it sounds nuts. They don't really need that money. It's always been TV.
They need the advertising and TV.
TV and ads have always paid them off. So getting to a point where it's like they can go to any show, any town they want to, and not have to worry about what TV's going to say. They can go do what they want. And then as we are unfortunately seeing the carrots of that, how expensive was Clash? How expensive was that down SmackDown? And people are having a hard time when they were paying for the Backlash ticket, the Mania ticket that's come out, SummerSlam ticket that's come out. It's crazy prices, but they probably won't look to, I don't know, either maximize on gate for the lulls generally. Generally, it will beef us up to them.
Which then puts a damper on us, though, doesn't it?
It does. It does. It makes the casual fan or the long-term fan think to themselves, Jesus, do I really want to spending all this money to be able to go and travel the world or travel?
Answer is yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see, man.
Yeah.
And it's a good one. And on that note, I feel like it's a nice way to end it, right?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. I've enjoyed this podcast. It's good.
I've enjoyed this as well.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah. Yeah, we hope you'll be on a lot more than just this one episode. We want you on for a lot more. Yeah, maybe some of our YouTube content as well.
Of course, man.
Maybe this week's video.
Maybe this week's video. Oh, you never know. Yeah, so thank you everyone for listening. Don't forget, we do love your feedback. Comment on what you want us to talk about next. I know next week will be Double or Nothing because it's on at time of recording today.
I have to get through 10 matches.
Don't start.
How am I going to get through 10 matches in 4 nights?
I'm going to fight you. I'm going to fight you.
Oh, God.
You got a week to watch it, okay? 1 match a night. 2 matches a night, sorry. 2 matches a night.
I've not got
2
10
matches
days.
a night. But yeah, no, Aaron, where can you find us on social media?
At Make a Fan of You. TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, X, MySpace, Bebo, Vine.
Carrier pigeon, brother. That's what carrier pigeon.
Carrier pigeon. Yeah. Raven mail.
On that weird page in the newspaper where you have like the handymen and all
the
that.
shout outs, yeah.
Yellows. No, the lonely looking for love section in the newspapers.
Yeah.
The little taglines were like, "Oh, need help? Call this. Want to make a fan? Want to be a friend? Wrestling fan? Is a make fan out of you."
Yeah.
Take a little tag.
Yeah. Listen to this. Yeah.
Listen to this.
Brilliant. Don't forget you can get it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all RSS feeds as well.
Yeah.
And thank you so much, Rohit, for coming on.
It's all good, man.
And with that, hit the music.